What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Bevo's Tech Pack with me, your host, ClarityInLies. That was terrible grammar there, but who gives a darn? Yeah, so we are back. I didn't do what I said I was going to do, which is build a base, because I wanted to show you guys the before and after, and also kind of let you know why I picked the area I picked, because, you know, it's kind of an unorthodox area to pick itself. The main reason why I picked this area, by the way, is because it's dead smack in the middle of a bunch of different lovely biomes. We have a village right here. I've gone ahead and labeled it there for us and everything. We have a lot of creatures around us, which is good. Creepy crawlies. We have a swamp that's nearby. We have a jungle. Where was the jungle? I lost the jungle. Okay, so there was a jungle nearby. I don't know where it went. And we have a massive desert, which seems to have some structures in it, which I will definitely have to take a look at, because that looks quite amusing to see, nonetheless. And where I'm going to build the base is, well, this time around, I think I'm going to build it, like, all over the place. I normally tend to build inside, because there is, well, it's just a little bit safer to build inside of a cave. It takes a lot longer to do, but a lot of the time you get your resources while you're mining it up, so it kind of, you know, back and forth type of thing, depending on what type of resource you are using. Yeah, so we got a village. I haven't looted the village yet, and we're going to do that when we come back. First of all, I kind of need to get rid of some stuff that's in my inventory. Like this chicken. Oh, I'm going to devour you. And that was a big waste, but who cares? Who cares at all? Probably you guys. Anyways, yeah, so I am going to kind of shape my own little tiny base in here. One of the other reasons why I like Bevo's pack, I'm not sure if Mad Pack 2 has this now, but there are these things called Carpenter blocks that that weren't added before. I think Mad Pack 2 has Chisel mod activated, but it doesn't have the Carpenter blocks, which are fantastic, by the way. And I'm definitely going to incorporate a lot of these in my building. So this is what it looks like beforehand. Let's get a full-on view around. Can I get over here? I'm not sure which type of building material I'm going to use, but I'm going to do a lot of the building off camera. Ooh, this could be it. This could be it right here. My goal right now is to kind of like build a bit of a tunneling system that goes around, kind of like a hamster's cage, or whatever you want to call it. It's kind of like a little maze tube things that people buy for their hamsters. That's kind of what I want to build for the most part right now as my main base. And then afterwards, what I want to try and do is every single time that I need to build a separate building for like a mod or whatever, I'm actually going to make a separate building with a new type of design. So that way we can kind of vary it up, and some of the designs might not work with each other. Some of them might look ugly, but you know what? It's experimentation time. This looks fantastic, by the way. I always love it when Minecraft does things like this little tiny cove and everything. I got a little cave over there. It's fantastic. Anyways, yeah, so one more look before we go. Ooh, all right. Welcome back, guys and girls. This is, I think, a couple hours later. It took me a really, really long time with completely vanilla tools. I was using stone pickaxes to kind of scavenge the land for some limestone, but I got my first tunnel done. And I gotta say, I am not going with limestone anymore because, well, for one, it does look a little pretty and stuff, and it works really well with itself. But it is just, I don't know, it's abundant, but it's really hard to get. Like, I have to go out of my way to get it. So this is the first tunnel. This is the entrance to it, and there's going to be plenty more like this. Here you go. That's how it is. This is using Carpenter blocks, by the way. You place down these blocks here. Let me just go show you guys really quick. There are two types of Carpenter blocks. There's the Carpenter slope, wedge slope, which is this one right here, and you have the actual Carpenter's block. When you place down the Carpenter's block, you will notice that it is just a normal, you know, looking block. Same thing with the wedge, except you'll notice that it is kind of like on a slope, and you can place these relative, like, to the way that you would place stairs. So if you want some that are going to be sloping downwards, so you would actually need a block on top. So let's see if we can get that done. Boom, 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 and then oh, if I can actually place a block, that'd be fantastic. There we go. So there you go. It's just like an upside down stairs. You can walk up these slopes, and it acts just like a stairwell. And the cool thing about them is the fact that you can change the way that they look. So for the Carpenter's block, you can have half slabs that are actually any shape and size, and it's of any block type too. Because the other thing that you can do is you just simply right-click it with any block in the game. I'm not sure, it might not work with some blocks. You just right-click it and boom, 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 boom. There you go. It's got the skin and the properties of that block. It even sounds like it when you're breaking it, although that's a little bit of a derpy thing. And same thing with these wedge slopes. So there we go. Now we have a nice wedge on our stuff, which is really, really cool. See, it's just so fantastic looking. And it's got to be one of my favorite mods, period, on top of like Buildcraft. I don't know what it is, but I really like mods that add a lot of things that just like help you build and make things look better, because Minecraft always needs stuff like that. So yeah, this is our limestone tunnel. It comes out here, and then it just ends over here with the same design. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making a bunch of tunnels very similar to this. I'm not sure if I'm going to be using like a different material. Ooh, a little bit of lag there. But when we come out of the tunnels, when we come out of the mountain itself, sorry there, I had a little bit of a hiccup. But whenever we come out of the mountain, we're going to have glass panes, and I want to have like clear glass tunnels coming out of the mountains and moving around and stuff like that. And I think it'll look really cool when I'm done with it, and it'll be a really neat way of doing things. Now, how are we going to get this clear glass? Well, there so happens to be a very easy way of doing that. We actually have a village nearby, which is very lucky for us, because we can head on over here. Oh, I'm going to have to eat some steak. Oh, not for a while. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to head over to the village and grab ourselves the Tinker's Construct stuff. And we're back. Ooh, fantastic. Yeah, I wasted a lot of hunger. There we go. Alright, so a lot of these villages in modded Minecraft have these little seared brick Tinker's Construct, fully loaded, fully operational Tinker's Construct smelteries, which really get you far ahead in the game, so I suggest you pick those up. I do have Vein Miner installed, which should work on this. No, it doesn't. Oh, lame. Yep, so we're just going to pick this up, and wow, this is actually a pretty inefficient design. If you guys don't know how Tinker's Construct works, you just have to have, for the smeltery, you just have to have a 3x3 in here, so 9 blocks in the center, but this village seems to have some blocks on the bottom here, which isn't too bad, because that means that we get more blocks that we can use, and you also don't need the blocks on the side here like it does. So we're going to grab this smeltery, and we're going to use it to, when we find some lava, that is, in one of our buckets, to smelt up some ores. It doubles your ores, which is fantastico. It's massive, it's awesome, it's amazing, and it's getting night, and I should probably go cuddle up with some villagers here for a little bit of snuggle time, because you got to get that snuggle time in while you're cowering for fear of your life, because you are very far away and you haven't found any sheep to murder yet for your bed. Yeah. Nope. So yeah, I'm just gonna try and grab this, and then I think I'm gonna have to head into one of the villagers' houses and kind of invite myself in, if I do say so myself. The Tinker's Construct smeltery does offer us a form of glass making, which is clear glass, and it can be stained, which is kind of cool. And I want to see if like these things will actually work as a stain. Not the Biomes of Plenty flower, but the Botania flower. I want to see if they work as a form of stain, because I wouldn't mind having some stained glass. I think it would look a lot better than what we have. Please don't kill my villagers, man. It's just not cool. Oh, yeah. Okay, you dead. Alright. So, yeah, I am going to snuggle up with some villagers. Ooh, look at this. Engineers overhaul. Overalls. Overhauls. Bleh. What do we got? Ooh, look at that. Aren't we snazzy? We look like a little kid. Heh. Heh. Or a hillbilly. One of the two. This guy is going mad. You okay? Here, can I give him a push? There you go. You stop that. There's zombies about, Mr. Villager. You gotta be careful. Oh, lag! Lag like you wouldn't believe. Alright. So yeah, I think I'm gonna, like, bunker down here for the day. I don't think the villagers can actually use the doors. I'm not entirely sure, but I know that the zombies don't pick up on them. That's it's kind of neat. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to bunker down for the night, and I shall be right back once we are ready to go. Welcome back, guys and girls. Yeah, it's been quite some time in between this cut and the last cut. I ran out of time to edit, so I've been doing a little bit of stuff. Not to edit, sorry, to actually do stuff. So it has, I've been doing a bunch of stuff off camera. We have a completely new section here. I think I've already shown off the this little ugly tunnel that I made here. Yeah, so we are going to be doing a bunch of different tunnels, much like this one here. And what I'm going to be doing is every single tunnel that that leads to kind of like the same segment or anything like that is going to have a very similar design to all of the other tunnels. So like this one's going to be marble, and any tunnel that connects to this tunnel system is going to be made out of marble. It might have like a little bit of a different design or anything like that, but it's just a way of, like, you know, helping me memorize things, and it's also something that I thought would be really neat. So like everything that's connected to the limestone one is going to be made out of limestone, and yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. So like I promised, we are going to build ourselves a smeltery. I made myself a neat little area here. I'll just let you guys take that in for a quick moment there. Yeah, this is, by the way, using all of the different chisel mod types. This is all made from cobblestone, except for this right here. This is marble, and this is all marble as well. This is how the marble tunnel will actually look. Yeah, I think it looks pretty neat. If I do say so myself, I kind of like the design. I think I do need to fix this up here though, because it doesn't really match too well. But yeah, this is basically how our tunnels are going to work. I am going to have like an elevator or something like that, but those are mainly like late game items. So I'm gonna have something to like get myself up that isn't ladders. That is my idea. That is my goal for the season. Yes, just getting something that will push me upwards. But yeah, for the most part, that's basically it. We have this little area in the middle here for all of our stuff. I went ahead and made the smeltery controller and the smeltery drain using some grout. I am grout! Yeah, which, by the way, is... oh, nope, not that. There we go. Which is, by the way, just clay, sand, and some gravel. It's a 4:4 to 1 ratio if you're using blocks, and 1:1 to 1 ratio if you're using just clay. So, yeah, I made myself a bunch of grout. I am grout. I love that. That is so awesome. And you smelt that up, and you get yourself some seared bricks, which lets you craft these things. I'm not going to go over the recipes. You can just find them in NEI. And, yeah, so now all we have to do is just place down our stuff. But before we do that, I wanted to just kind of like go over the food stuff really quickly. So if you'll notice, I have a bunch of different things down here, a bunch of variety of foods down here. We have rice, which I've eaten once out of the last couple times. I've eaten mallow berries 3 out of the last 8 foods. I've eaten apples, not even once, not even 1 apple. The doctors are going to be coming after me like crazy, man. They're going to be like, oh, Clarity, you got to be eating your apples, man. You got to be eating them. And then we have bread. I've eaten twice. And then you've got steak, where I've eaten once, and you'll also notice that there's a nutritional value at the top there. So if I go and shift on the steak, you'll see that there is 2 red parts on there. That means that I'm only going to get 2 meat from this and a little bit of saturation. Like, I'm going to get 2 food back if I eat this steak, which is kind of a big waste for steak, because steak is normally giving you 4 stuff. Similar thing with the steamed pork chop. I don't know why it's steamed. I didn't use any steam at all, but... yeah, I just kind of smelted it. But yeah, there you go. And you'll also notice that the saturation goes down by quite a lot. So this means that we're going to have a pretty big farm with a lot of different foods, and we're going to have to try and cook those up a lot. But just starting out, I'm just going to be eating some apple. So once I go ahead and eat the apple, which gives me 2, which is the normal, there we go. It's all good. Wait a minute. What the heck was this? What is this? What is this? Mind Tweaker Hand, clear blocks, add item. I don't know what that is. I'm pressing R, by the way. I don't know what it is. I'm going to have to figure out what it is later on. But yep, so that is basically how the food system works. So now that I've eaten this once, you'll notice that the nutritional value goes down. And now I get 1.5 instead of the 2 that I was going to get from it. Anyways, yep. And since I've eaten that, some of the other stuff has you know, gone down and gone up in value and stuff like that. So we're going to have to do a lot of variety. It is turning nighttime, but it is okay because I have lots of lights everywhere. I've spent a lot of time doing that. So let's get our seared bricks down. Here we go. So we just want to do a 3x3 structure. It's pretty basic. This is just normal Tinker construct stuff. I messed up, and that's why we have a pickaxe. And yes, I am still using stone pickaxe tools. I know, I'm crazy. I'm insane. But you know what? That's a good thing. Not really, but it's still a good thing. So we put down our smeltery controller, and we want to have... I'm going to need another smeltery drain, but I don't have it cooked up just yet. So we want one here, then we're going to block it off, and then we're going to have another smeltery drain, and we want one for each of these. And then I brought a seared faucet. There we go. And then we're just going to build this up. I need a... I'm smelting up some glass. I'm going to have to smelt up a smeltery thingy. Tank. A seared tank. There we go. We have plenty of seared bricks left over. I could fill everything up, to be honest. And like this. And boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Oh. Shift boom. There we go. Gotta do the shift boom every now and then, people. So there we go, and that should work. I just need those 2 other pieces, so I shall be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You might notice something a little bit strange going on right now. I'm poisoned. Yeah. A witch randomly spawned right here. Let me see if I can put that on F7. Okay, so they can actually spawn right here. I thought I lit stuff up enough. I guess I didn't. Oh my gosh, that really hurts. Yeah, witch spawned. That's really strange. I thought they had like specific places that they could actually spawn in. I guess they don't. We're just gonna put temporary torches up. I'm trying to keep the torches to a minimum. That's why you'll see like there's a cover here. There's actually a torch underneath it. I should probably eat something. There we go. Should probably cook these potatoes. But yeah, it's just, it caught me by the surprise. My brain is just, bleh, now. It's weird because normally in vanilla, witches have to spawn like in a specific biome or like a specific place. I always thought they had their own little area that they would spawn. I didn't know that they would just spawn randomly in the darkness. I don't know, weird. Anyways, smeltery drain. Non-seared tank. And there we go. Boom, presto. We have ourselves a smeltery. Now all we have to do is add a little bit of lava. I have a bucket I found down in the basements of areas unknown. And then we've got some iron ore. So we're just going to smelt that up right there. Smelt that puppy up. I might actually add another layer so that I can actually do a full... 36 ores at a time. By the way, you want to make sure that when you're putting stuff into the smeltery, that you want to make sure that you're doing multiples of 9. Why? Because that's how the smeltery works over here. It's got an inventory system of 9 unless you expand it out a little bit. But since I've got 3 blocks, it's 9 here, 9 there, and then 9 there. So yeah, that's kind of how it works. And also that's how many ingots you need for one bucket. Not one bucket, one block. So that's what you need for one block, which is good to have and to hold. Not really to hold, but okay. yeah, so there we go. We've got ourselves some molten ingots, and then I can just go ahead and pour that out into the casting basin, and voila, we have ourselves some iron. Finally. Finally! Oh, it's fantastic. Alright, we are getting some weird lag right now. Nope, it's back. Okay. Oh, it's just really, really, really weird because my my frames are like going all over the place. Since I've started playing this pack, it's just like all over the place. It's really weird. So there we go. We get some more of that, and I'm just gonna cook up this last potato that I have, mainly because I am super hungry, and cooked potato is the best potato that there is. I think I've already mentioned that. But yep, and then there we go. We get ourselves a full block of iron. You can just convert that right into ingots right away. And yeah, there we go. I think this is a good wrapping up point for this episode. I think in between this episode and the next, I'm going to do a little bit more base building. I'm going to build some more of these areas here. And I'm also going to probably get started on another mod we're going to use for energy. We are going to try and start Mechanism, if it would actually show up. I don't think it's going to. Let's see. Mods. Where are you? Mechanism. Mechanism is a mod in which is kind of new to me, to be honest. I haven't really checked it out too much, but it offers a lot of early game stuff that you can get into, and it's very similar to not Pneumaticraft. Well, it's similar to Pneumaticraft, but it's similar to thermal expansion in the sense that you know, it's a fairly early game system that can, you know, be built up eventually, and it has a lot of the same stuff. It has a lot of really cool gear that I haven't messed with before, and I really want to take a look at it. Like, this jetpack looks freaking awesome. Oh my goodness, it looks amazing. I just want to like wear it and fly and stuff. Copper crystal. I don't know what that is, but it sounds really cool. But apparently this is probably one of the best ways of processing your ores, because, I mean... Oh, I see you! Get out of here, you freaking Rambo creeper. I see you. It's not even the right color. Yeah. So, yeah, you can get double ores from the smeltery, but you can get 5 times the ores per ore. Like, you can get 5 times the ingot per ore if you use Mechanism. It takes a little bit longer to process the ores, of course, because there's got to be something wrong with it, and it can only process 1 ore at a time, but it does give you 5 instead of the 2 that you normally get. Now, there are some mods that you can get 3, but 5 is the largest I've ever seen for a game, and I just really want to check that out. There's also a lot of really early game power generations that come with that. That's going to be pretty awesome. So I think in between this episode and the next, that's what I'm going to be looking into and getting set up and everything, and I'll be right back then. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode half as much as I did making it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Until next time, bye-bye!